radar. Yo, joining me today from Orlando, Florida, I got my guy Mo here with me. What up, bro?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Yo, Moetoven out now. Collab project with, of course, legendary producer Zaytoven. First and foremost, bro, how are you feeling? The project is out. How are you feeling now that this is out into the world?
Bro, it's been a long time coming, bro. It was we did it in January, so for it to come out a couple months later, that's kind of a fast turnaround in music.
Right,
you know
right.
But
That's a good ass turnaround too.
Bro, it was a moment, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a moment for me. It was a moment for everybody in the room. It was one of my bucket list things. I grew up on Zaytoven with Gucci and Future. We all did. So it was like for me to do that, it was like, I did it. It's done. Like, let's get it out ASAP. Like, I don't even want to sit on it that long.
You like, we got to get it while the iron is hot, I think is the term, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to miss the moment. It happened. People knew what was going on. Like I said, it was supposed to be one song.
Right.
So I went in the studio with him, my homie Dave. He introduced us. It's supposed to be like 1 or 2 songs to try to get him on my album that I'm pretty much 98% done with. Mm-hmm. And so the beats he kept loading up, it was inspiring me, like song after song after song. I did like 15 songs in 3 days. So he was like, we need to do a project. I was like, all right, well then, shit, let's put it together. Let's do it.
Damn, so he even initiated it. You didn't even have to say nothing. He was like, let's just do it.
I got some vlogs that we putting out with the project. He said it on the vlogs. He like, well, we might have to do a slight project. And then the dude behind us, engineer named .com, he was like, what y'all gonna call that motherfucker, moetoven? And then that's where we got the name from.
That's that's such an amazing story. Yeah, because I peeped. You put out one vlog already. Yep. It was like a 2-minute vlog. You put it out like 3 days ago. Yep. And I kind of think that that's awesome that you chronicled this whole situation, because like I know you was like, oh, well, I'm doing a project with Zaytoven. We gotta have the cameras out. We gotta chronicle this whole situation.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of dope. You got a few dope people on it. You got Hotboii, you got Young Scooter, Mula McGrady. When it came to like picking the features for this project, how did that kind of happen for you?
So for Can't Help It, before we got Hotboii on it, when I did the song and when I heard it, I'm like, it got to be another Florida guy on here. It only makes sense. And Hotboii from Orlando too. He probably like the hottest thing out here right now. So I was like, if we can figure out how to get him on here, that'd be a good look. So we got him on there. We got that done. With the fucking up a check, I heard nobody but Gucci, OJ the Juice Man, or Young Scooter on it. Like when I heard the beat and when I did the song, I'm like, one of them 3 got to go on it. And then Mula McGrady, that's actually my little brother. We got the same mom, same dad. Every project I do, I put him on it. And that song kind of spoke to us because we started this together. So it's like, we ain't never going broke again. We might, what I'm saying? We got similar stories in life. So I knew he was the perfect fit for that song.
Did you try to reach out to Gucci? Because you did mention Gucci. Did you try to, what I'm saying?
I talked to Zay about it, but Zay told me the ticket was going to be a little crazy. So I was like, we'll wait a little bit before we do the Gucci. But Gucci on the way, we're going to figure that out one day.
It's okay. It's definitely going to happen one day. But I feel you. I feel you on that.
Absolutely.
And I love how you mentioned, with your brother, because I watched you had like this Who Is Mo thing. I don't know if this is out yet, but it was sent to me. And you kind of talked about how you started in 2016, right? This is like when you really started doing the music stuff. So you were playing basketball in college before you kind of started doing music, right?
Yeah.
So explain to me how you kind of went from doing the ball to doing the music and all that.
Well, I've always been around music. Like my uncle's a DJ and I just always been around it. Mm-hmm. And then when I was in school, like playing for these coaches and I got tired of like somebody else really having control over what I was doing. Mm-hmm. So I made a decision. I'm like, man, if I go back home, I'm gonna really dive into this music shit and give it what I can give it, and what I'm saying, let the chips fall how they may. And we ended up in a good situation.
Right. So obviously being in Orlando, I know that it's not always as picture perfect as the Disney ads like to make it seem.
Oh yeah.
And I like talking to Orlando artists about this since I'm in Orlando so much, so I see both sides of the coin. Right. Growing up you grew up in Orlando too, right?
Right.
So growing up in Orlando, what were some things that you faced that you had to overcome?
It was always adversity, but like with me, I wasn't like in the streets and no shit like that because I played ball. So like ball kept me out of trouble. I had coaches and all that type of shit. But the same shit with everybody else. Like the same days of not having no food in the house, the same days of struggling, the same days of, what I'm saying? Like mom's trying to figure it out, brothers trying to figure it out. But what I'm saying? Same shit as everybody else. Same struggle story. We ain't come from no money. So we just had to figure it out day by day.
Right. And I kind of love the movement that's coming out of Orlando right now. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself, like you mentioned, Hotboii, Cutter Reese. Like there's like a really dope like group of people that are making it out the city. Do you feel like, what is your opinion right now on this movement and just kind of like where the city is in like a space where there's like a lot of talent at once, all kind of coming out of it at the same time?
Yeah, shit, we got a chance. Like I see it growing as like I wouldn't say Atlanta quite yet. Atlanta's just on a whole different wave. But like maybe like on a little Broward got a nice little wave with like artists that come out of there too. So I see us kind of stepping into that lane too, like Orlando being the next thing. Like Tyler Yahweh too, Tyler Yahweh from Orlando. He another one that came out of Orlando. So yeah, so we on a nice little wave right now.
No, and I kind of love that. And I also peeped that you also made it onto the NBA. It was 2K21 soundtrack, right?
20 and 21, yeah.
20. Oh, and 20. I thought it was just 21. So when as
2K20 was the Outta There song, the one that went viral.
Right. Because I had peeped the and I want to get to the Outta There record, but when it came to this, being obviously someone who played ball in college and all their life, for you, what did it mean to you when you were able to just be on both of these soundtracks? You know what I'm saying?
That's bucket list, bro. That's a dream come true. You sit there and play the game all day as a kid, hearing all this music. You're like, shit, I wish one day the goal was playing ball to actually be a player in the game. But my music being in it was equally good for me.
It was a good, like, you still got to be a part of the NBA, but just in a different way.
Yep. So,
That's fire. So, when it came to like just being part of the soundtrack, you know what I'm saying? Did they tell you about it? How did you kind of like find out that you were going to be on it?
Yeah, so I was in New York. I had played the Outta There record for them in the Uber. One of my good friends, Vic.
Okay.
She loved it. This was before it even dropped.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, this shit is fire. She like, when it come out, she like, send it to me. I'm gonna send it to Ronnie and let's see what we can do with it. So I sent it to it didn't make the initial release, but they did like an update in the game. And then it came out in like December. They hit me like November and was like, we ended up picking your song. Let's get the paperwork ready and for the sync. That was my first time doing a sync. I didn't even really know what syncs were at the time or none of that. That was my first time doing a sync. And they put it on the game in December and shit. And that March it went viral.
Right. And I saw you post like, last year that the record Outta There has like over 10 million streams, right? Obviously it went viral on TikTok. You had all like these big TikTokers doing the dance to it. How did that happen? Like how did this record just take on a life of its own and become like this big thing on the internet?
God, because I didn't plan that. I had somebody DM me one day. I was like, it's 300 videos on TikTok with your song. I didn't even know what TikTok was at the time. So I was like, send me the link. They sent me the link. It came up in the browser. I'm flipping through the videos. I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. So like another month go by, it's like 30,000 videos. And I'm like, hold on, let me see what's going on with this. So then as I'm continuously watching it, it's going up by the day, going crazy. And it was millions of videos before I knew it. I did like a little contest with it, gave away some money because I knew it was about to catch, and that's all she wrote.
And like, that's awesome. Cause like, even when I was scrolling through the trend earlier, there's still people like doing dances to this day. And I think it was cool because like, last year you said that you were like, oh, I didn't really know what TikTok was, but I feel like 2020 is kind of when the year that TikTok took off. And then your record was kind of early to the party. You know what I'm saying?
It was one of the quarantine. It was one of the quarantine.
Yeah.
It was like mine, Savage, and something else. It was like one of the first three. I think Something New.
Yeah.
That was weird song. It was like them three was like the first three to kind of catch during the quarantine.
And I've chopped it up with so many people who have had a record like that during the quarantine off TikTok. Joville, who had Sexy, Beat King from Texas. Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Stay Solid Rocky with Party Girl, etc. For you, how did you make sure that you took that momentum from that record and was like, okay, we're gonna make sure that we use this as a springboard into whatever we do next?
Shit, we signed us a deal with Epic Records after that, and now we're putting out music, brother. So we capitalized the best way we could, for sure.
I wanted you to say it first, what I'm saying? Yeah. I wanted you to express it, but obviously with this deal with Epic Records, why Epic Records? Because I'm sure at the time you had a lot of deals, as most of these people on TikTok who blow up have a lot of deals. So why Epic Records, and how did that kind of come about? And I know you was playing the game with the labels. I know you was like, all right, we're gonna shop around a little bit.
I had 20 plus labels banging my line trying to sign me. Every label in the industry tried to sign me. But Zeke and Sylvia, I love what they're doing over there. And the paperwork was right. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of that shit is cool. The money stuff is cool, but it really boiled down to what you signing. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense for you and what type of deal you signing. So we definitely got the deal right. I got what I wanted, and Epic was the first one to give me what I wanted instead of having to negotiate back and forth. So when they gave it to me, we ran it.
Right, and it's also pretty dope because Tyler Yahweh is also on Epic, right?
Yep, and my homie John K too. He another pop artist. He from Orlando too.
John K, I gotta check him out.
Yeah, he with Epic too. He dope.
So when it did you speak to Tyler before signing? I don't know if that was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if
Of
y'all
course.
got signed at the same time, because I
I
know
knew.
he's kind of
No,
new too.
yeah, he been with them like a year or two before me.
Okay.
And I got other homies that was signed to Epic already too. I called them and talked to them. You know, you got to do your research before
Of
you.
course, of course.
Yeah, so I got other artists that like my homie Outta There that's from DMV area. He signed to Epic too. You know, one of Wale homies. So I called him. I asked him what was going on with it. I was talking to a few of my people.
Right, right. You know, so I was on the gram, and I know, I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, there was this whole thing about the baby concert in Orlando, and I saw you performed at it.
Yep.
What was this your first concert back? Like, what was that experience like? Because yo, bro, I saw them trampling the barricades. I was like, damn. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm interviewing one of the people who performed there.
Yep. Yeah, it was dope. That was my first time performing in over a year for sure. But it was dope though. It was a good experience. I knocked the dust off pretty easy. I had my band with me, had my dancers, had my family with me. It was a good time.
And you know what, man, I really love, you know, hearing and seeing this for you. You know what I'm saying? As someone who did their research, it's kind of like I did the bit by bit on the come up for you. Like, it's really awesome to see how far you've come, especially, you know, springboard. You actually took the TikTok record and you springboarded off of it, and you really did something with it. And like, now you got the Zaytoven project, and it's amazing. So I gotta ask, after the Zaytoven project, you mentioned the album. What else is next for you?
The album is definitely next, but a lot of visuals, a lot of content, a lot of music, bro. I can't, like I said, the Zaytoven project was unexpected, so I could lock in with another producer. We go ahead and knock us out an 8, 9, 10 piece, and I could throw that out. You feel what I'm saying? Like we make music quick, so it's like, you know, just depending on what type of vibe we in, that's what we're doing.
Right. And so when it comes to the album, you know, what do you have in store for the album? Because, you know, obviously I've seen you posted up with Tyler. Of course, I've seen you posted up with Jack Harlow. What else do you have any surprises for the album? What can we expect from the album? When's it coming out? Like, what can we talk about so far?
Oh yeah, I got some super producers on there. I give you some production. I got AO and Keys on there.
Okay.
I got DJ Paul on there with some vibes. You know, I got some heavy hitters on the album. I got Murder Beats. I got Twisted Genius.
You got Murder Beats on the album? Sheesh.
The album crazy.
This is exciting. So when can we expect the project? What are you feeling? How you like? When do you think we can get that?
We're gonna see what the Zaytoven project do first. That's kind of how I'm gonna push my momentum off of it. So the Zaytoven project do what I expected to do. You could probably say like the fall.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Run it. Let this album run the summer. Let us run it up over the summer with this album, and then come back and hit them in the fall with something new.
That's amazing. So, okay, so we got the project out now. I'm assuming some more visuals on the way. What other visuals you have in store from this project that we gonna be able to check out soon?
Oh yeah, we shot the video for Cost. As soon as I did Cost, we shot the video. Get in your bag. We got a visual for that. Working on the video now for Walking on Water. So we're gonna have a lot of Life Chose Me. We're gonna have a visual for that. The whole album might have a visual. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But it's just one of them. So we're working for sure.
And how many episodes is the making of?
It's 5 right now, but it might be some more because it was a lot of footage. So if I can pull some more stuff out of it, I will.
You better get some. We're recording this like at the night of the project dropping. You definitely better get some footage at the party tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You might see all this shit tonight in the music video.
So you know, obviously you coming up, you know, so quickly this past year, it's amazing. And with all these other amazing people out of Orlando also coming up at the same time, for all the young artists now who see y'all and y'all becoming real like idols to them in certain respects. Right. What would be your advice to the young dudes in Orlando who are still trying to break into the music industry, come up and kind of navigate the waters?
Now, first of all, keep God first, because that's where your help coming from. Because in this music industry, nothing is guaranteed. Facts. Nothing is guaranteed, bro. You could have 1 million songs and none of them can, you know what I'm saying? But having faith and keeping God first and just working hard at your craft, bro, is one of them things where it's like, I started doing this at my mom's house in my bedroom every day, like till 3, 4, 5 in the morning every day, just trying to figure this shit out. And now I still got the same work ethic, but now, you know, we're doing this smart, putting projects together and working with certain producers and kind of being valuable with our time. But other than that, working hard at it and just never stopping, like just keep going. As long as you keep going, you'll get to where you're trying to go. As long as you aren't where you were last year, you're doing good. You're making progress.
I love that. Well, yo, I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy night of release to chop it up with me here. Let the people know where they could follow you at. Anything else you want to let your fans know? Now is the time to go ahead and plug that in there.
Yeah, man. All socials, Mo is better. MOE is better. BETTER. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of that. Subscribe to the YouTube. I got plenty more in store for you. Plenty more coming. Orlando, we on one.
Hey, man, make sure y'all go get that Moetoven out now. Super dope project. I'm telling y'all, man. And I'm looking forward to this album and everything you have in store. Make sure you go follow him. Like you said, at Mo is better. And until next time, it's Mo on the radar, baby.
My brother, appreciate you.